Customization, transparency, profit. The HedgeBetter sports betting platform is a revolutionary concept that creates a competitive advantage for every party involved in the sports betting process. We are putting the odds in your hands, cutting out the middleman, and empowering a future generation of sports bettors. Look for the HedgeBetter sports betting platform coming in 2023. In the meantime, visit us at www.hedgebetter.com, follow us on Instagram at HedgeBetter, and subscribe to the HedgeBetter YouTube channel.
And we're back. Welcome to Steele and Nazz, brought to you by HedgeBetter from our headquarters in Braintree, Massachusetts. Episode 94, boys. We're getting close to 100, huh?
94.
Let's go. 94.
Let's go.
Great year. Craig Hines was born that year.
Same here. Mike Steele's with you.
I'm a 93 guy, so I was last week.
Oh, you're in the past.
Loser.
Yeah.
Tonight we have a big-time guest. One of my favorite guests here is former Tampa Bay Bucks guard, former Tom Brady teammate, Super Bowl champion, Ime Marpet joins the boys. We talk about, he just retired after 7 seasons in the NFL, got a payday. He's now going to invest his time into getting a master's degree in mental health.
Big things coming.
Unbelievable
Still.
stuff. His journey from he's the highest drafted ever Division III player. Just a great story on him that gets the Lombardi. Great talk there. Both you guys were there present for that. What did you guys think?
Guy's an absolute stud. And excited for what he's going to do.
The determination it takes to go from D3 to all of that, and now that he's done with football, to want to get into mental health and stuff. I mean, that's crazy. What a guy.
It's awesome to see. Afterwards, we cut the cord, went right into the whole fiasco with Ime Udoka and the Boston Celtics.
Pimping.
Reportedly getting suspended for a year after sexual relations with a coworker or something like that. We'll dive into that more, as well as the Patriots after losing in Miami in Week 1, bouncing back with the 17-14 final of the Steelers. Now they have a big-time clash in Week 3 in their home opener against the Baltimore Ravens. We'll give you our thoughts on that, along with our Week 3 picks and our game picks for the New England Patriots.
Naturally.
See if we have them or not. Stay tuned. Also, we give Steele the floor as his boy Aaron Judge, my boy, Boston Red Sox, is on the verge of breaking Roger Maris's record for the AL home runs
Soon.
of all time.
Soon.
We have our takes on that. And, we had a big talk about it's a big week here at Steele and Nazz, helping out the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. We have our second annual softball classic that's going to be taking place at Pageant Field and Faxon Park this Saturday. Better be there, support the cause.
Tourney week.
In memory of two great kids, and Dennis Sullivan and Dan Sullivan lost their lives over this horrible disease. But you know what? We're going to lead it to the Ime Marpet interview here. Great stuff. Let's let it rip now. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, but forever Super Bowl champion, Ime Marpet.
Let's go.
We're now joined by Super Bowl champion and now recent retired NFL offensive lineman, Ime Marpet. Was that a good enough intro for you? And how's retirement going, man?
I think that intro is excellent. One thing that I love about the Super Bowl thing is it's not going anywhere. Nobody can take that away.
Yeah, forever.
Do you have your ring on you by chance right now?
No, I don't actually. I'm up in New York now, and it's not with me right now. But that's staying around for quite some time.
Oh yeah, we had. I don't know if you know Scott Zolak at all. He's on the radio around here. We had him in a couple of weeks ago, and he brought all 4 rings he broadcasted with the Patriots. So he didn't even win them, but I'll give him credit. He's like, "Oh, you guys told me to bring the rings." We're like, "We didn't tell you to bring them, but appreciate it."
Yeah, here they are. It was all right, nice.
It's funny. I feel like I'm a little judgmental probably because I feel like I had a heavy involvement with our Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
But I feel like the ones that had the least amount of involvement tend to be the showiest about their Super Bowl
absolutely.
stories.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, how could you
it felt
not,
good.
Though? Yeah,
it felt good on the finger. I'm not gonna lie.
If I wanted as a security guard, I'd be wearing it
every day.
We won those Super Bowls as far as I'm concerned.
I'm still waiting for my
that's
rings.
what I'm saying. I mean, I definitely I know for our ring ceremony, which is cool. I mean, the thing is that there's so much that goes into an organization. There's so many people that are a part of it. So I know for us, for our ring ceremony, there are people on the business side and that got them, and then people that may not have as high of a title still got another Super Bowl ring, which is like a lesser but still cool ring. So I mean, it is definitely cool because there are so many people that play into it. I'm just saying, like, my rookie year, there was someone I know. He was on the P squad somewhere. I think it was the Broncos who won the Super Bowl that year. And he had a Super Bowl ring. He had a picture taken with the Lombardi, and I'm like, dude, he's on the P squad all year. I don't think he played a snap. And I was like I busted my butt all year. Did everything I could, and you're on the P squad, got the ring, and I was just salty about it. You know?
It's already out of the way. Yeah, it's like you. Yeah, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I can see your perspective, but from our perspective, a ring's a ring in my book.
No, you're right. It's definitely a freaking awesome piece of jewelry.
Yeah. So a little bit more on you. So you retired at the end of last season. Can you tell me just like what went into that decision, and what are you up to now? You know, football's on Sundays. We're watching them. What are you doing to keep yourself busy?
Yeah. So retirement was a really challenging decision. So for me, I'd played 7 years. I had actually felt like the last game that I'd played, besides the Pro Bowl, which was awesome to play in, was our loss against the Rams in the playoffs. And I personally felt like that was the best game of football I'd ever played. So I definitely could have kept doing it and kept playing at a high level. And it was still fun. Yeah. But ultimately, like the physical demands. I mean, I don't know if you guys even play high school sports. You could feel beat up after a game, and then in college you take it to the next level, and you're like, oh, high school I wasn't beat up. Now I'm beat up.
And then you're playing the best athletes on earth. Yeah.
Right, and then you get to the NFL, and you're like, dude, I just got hit by a freaking truck. And so like, there's a certain quality of life I want for myself, and I know that it doesn't jive with playing offensive line for a long time.
Right, you want to be walking off the field under your terms.
How big are you?
Yeah. What's up?
How big are you? I don't know. I'm just curious.
No, so I've lost like 70 pounds.
I was gonna say, you looked like you lost some weight. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, so that was a big part of it. Like I had sleep apnea, I had a high blood pressure. Like there's a lot that the offensive linemen and NFL players go through, behind the closed doors. It's. I mean, I guess people imagine obviously, but the day in day out of waking up on Monday mornings and walking like Frankenstein for 15 minutes, just the work just to get to like feeling like some semblance of normalcy, I guess, is just.
Yeah, I just remember seeing Joe Thomas from the Browns, like when he retired and then he went into TV like 5 months later. I think he was already down like 50, 60 pounds. He looked like a totally new person.
Yeah, so like the thing is, like, I think with a lot of offensive linemen, we're so meticulous about what we eat, right? In order to nutrition's a huge part of it. And so all we need to do, or all I need to do, is like just flip that switch. Like I already had it. I already had the habits. All I need to do is like, all right, now you eat less and you eat in this window and all that. So it's kind of very manageable for me.
Right. With those dietitians, like how many calories were you eating a day as a lineman, like trying to stay up on your weight? And what was your heaviest weight in the NFL?
Yeah, I think I would come into camp a little bit heavier, 314 maybe, and lose a couple pounds. I wasn't a big offensive lineman, but yeah, for a while, like my rookie year, my metabolism was crazy, and I was working out like crazy. There were times where I was eating like more than 6,000 calories a day, which like doesn't sound that much. I don't know how that much that sounds actually. Yeah,
but that is a shit ton.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, like, it's not like I'm eating like a pizza. Like I'm eating like leaner
double quarter
food.
pounders.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to eat leaner foods but still get that calorie. I mean, like I've told this story before, but like there are times I'm watching the Food Network. Like I'm watching Triple D just to get myself hungry again.
I love that.
Great show.
I do that all the time when I'm full. Never mind wanting to eat.
Yeah, but you're a podcast. Big difference.
So a little bit about your story. So coming out of high school, just looking at it, you didn't seem to have too many offers. What kind of came into the decision of playing at Hobart, and how was that? Playing alongside in Division III. I know you're a New York guy, so how was that whole experience, and how did it really prepare you, for the next level?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if you guys around your area. I mean, I don't think high school football is as elite or as competitive as some areas of the country, right?
Oh yeah, definitely agreed. Yep.
Yeah,
that's safe to say. Yeah.
There's like 3 towns.
Well, we take it kind of serious, but
Yeah, like
No, we
yeah.
but
Yeah,
not,
no,
definitely
I'm
not
not
like the
taking-
South.
yeah, it's not
I'm not saying
Texas.
it's not taken seriously. I'm saying it's taken seriously by the athletes.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's just not the same talent pool, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's-
100%.
We're not the South, and we're not Texas. Friday Night
Right.
Lights. Yeah.
Exactly.
We practice once a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's for the love of the game. Anyway, so it's not a heavily recruited area, and I didn't do it the right way. I didn't do all the camps. I didn't really have a framework for how to get to the play D1 ball. And then Hobart was like one of the better academic schools I can get into. So it just seemed like it just lined up kind of perfectly for me. No, I didn't have any offers. I probably would have taken them had them. I feel very grateful for my experience at Hobart because I think that it gave me a step up in the NFL for the skills that I learned there.
And now he'll get me if I don't ask this question, but I played with Alex Furtado in high school, and I will say, as much as I give him crap, like he was a great high school football player. Just kind of your thoughts on playing with a kid like him, and I even know Alvin Sufront too, who was a good player at Archie's, who ended up playing at Hobart as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, Tata's great. Yeah. I mean, I think he was obviously a good football player, but I think
He's gonna take that and run with that.
Yeah,
Clip that.
No, he's gonna take and run with this even more. He's a great locker room guy,
Oh yeah,
those guys are invaluable. I think that the fellowship that you're able to get, and that's some of the stuff that I miss the most. Right, most players miss is the fellowship within the locker room, and Tato is a great guy to have in the locker room.
That's a huge compliment. I love when people say I'm a good
locker room guy.
Locker room guy is almost as good as like being told you're like Tom Brady.
He's our he's our locker room guy on the slow pitch softball team. So that's big.
We all do our jobs.
Dude, attitude and effort. I mean, it's all you can control. Love that.
Exactly. So, like, after your senior year, what were just like your expectations of having the opportunity to play at the next level? Because I remember talking to Alex back then and saying, "Oh yeah, my teammate Ali, he's going to the Senior Bowl. You kind of balled out there, and then even in the combine there, that it seemed you really separate yourself from a lot of the competition, at least for the level you were at going into the NFL."
Yeah, so like it happened really fast for me. At the earliest stage, it was like, all right, maybe I can play, overseas. Like there are a lot of D3 guys that play as like player coaches in like Germany and, get a small stipend and kind of live for free. Like that's how it started. I was like, oh, that could be fun.
That'd be kind of sick.
That'd be kind of sick, right? I know there were some people from Hobart that had done that. I was like, that'd be awesome. And then it's like, wait, maybe CFL could happen. And then it just kind of like, there was like all these steps, like obviously the Senior Bowl and Combine being 2 huge ones, but like throughout the process, it like just became more and more real, and like it happened really fast. Fortunately, it ended up working out. But yeah, it kind of like every step was like a surprise to me. I was like, where am I?
Yeah, almost like an imposter syndrome of like it's not real.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, until like it was the first rep of the Senior Bowl, and I was going against Nate Orchard, who I think was like at Utah, had like this led the NCAA in sacks.
Yeah,
and dude's a beast, right? And I'm like, I'm getting a rep at left tackle, and at the time this is kind of relevant, but our left guard was like a 6'8" Trent Brown is still playing.
Oh yeah, he's on Pats. Yep.
Yeah. So he was playing left guard. I'm playing left tackle. I'm like 5 inches shorter than the dude. Anyway, first rep against Nate Orchard in 1-on-1s, and it was like pretty casual. I just kind of run him around the corner, and after that rep, I was like, "What just happened? Like, I think I can do this."
Yeah, right. I belong here.
Yeah, I was like,
go.
What? I was like, they're gonna know I don't stand a chance here. Like, of course, and then of course, once I got that rep, I was like, oh, like.
Let's go.
Last.
Yeah,
that's such a
feed me the Bama guy.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Who's next? Like I'm gonna. But I needed that. I needed that one rep.
Yeah. So tell me about because draft day obviously must have been exciting. You were the highest drafted Division III player of all time, if that still sticks. Second round pick to the Bucks. Just tell me about probably celebrating with friends and family. Were you surprised you went that low? Just tell me your feels.
Yeah, so draft day was awesome for me. A lot of guys have different experiences, right? I mean, I think your expectations set the standard for the day. And I had no expectation of this second round. I think my agent was telling me like 10% chance of the third round. So we were watching on day 2, like, all right, like there's a chance. And it's more like how many offensive linemen go. That sort of dictates where you're going to get drafted, right? So if there's a run on a lineman, then it's increased the chance of getting drafted lower than draft, higher than draft, whatever. So for me, getting drafted in the second round was totally unexpected. I was around family and friends. I was actually doing a path to the draft thing, which I don't know if they do anymore on.
Is that like NFL Network or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
I think they do. Yeah. I'm not sure, but
that was fun. It's cool to see, look back on that. Anyway, so they were there, and it was a cool, like, just unbelievable experience, because similar to the entire draft process, it was like, how did I, like, it just happened so fast. How did I get here? You know. So it was really cool, unexpected. I don't even think we had like a great plan for that night. We ended up going to Westchester. We ended up going to New York City. Nice. But like, yeah, it wasn't like a huge celebration.
Yeah, like some of the ones you see, huge, that's like a crazy thing.
We were watching in my basement, doing probably just hanging out. It's a good time.
Are you a big Saratoga guy?
Yeah.
Just random question.
He was there a couple weeks ago.
I went to, I was in Toga, and great place. Awesome.
Yeah, actually, I haven't been in a long time. It's something
next year. Next year, we better see you.
I'm in. Say less.
All right. We'll invite you down. We'll all go.
I was looking through your rookie season, and like, so you played. We're Patriots guys. Obviously, we're from New England area. I played with Logan Mankins. Just stepping in day one as an NFL player. What did you really learn from being a rookie and alongside a veteran who had success in the NFL, alongside other players like Jake Jameis was there. I know Doug Martin, Mike Evans, who's still there.
Yeah. Logan was awesome.
Yeah,
he was like everything you want out of like a vet. He was a vet, just an old school mentality that guys very rarely have in the NFL today, and something that I try to pass down to the younger guys. But am I allowed to curse?
Absolutely.
Shit,
let one rip.
Yeah. So I think it was after I knew he was going to be done. He didn't announce his retirement yet, and we were doing like a dinner for him. And he pulled me aside and put his arm around me. I mean, he had a few drinks at this point, and he's like, "Don't be such a bitch," and that has stuck with me. I think that, like, I'm telling you,
put
like,
it on his shirt.
Yeah, print the shirt.
Yeah, put it on. His mindset was just like he was a fucking dog, and like there's like he wanted to fight everyone. And like, I think part of me, I was a little bit more analysis driven, like trying to find, a little bit more under that camp. But like, just the mindset of piece that NFL offensive linemen have to have, he had so much of. And like, I think that showed. I mean, he was how many Pro Bowls? He was the highest paid guard at one point.
Yeah.
It's such a shame that the Pats traded him off at his end years. He actually never won a Super Bowl in New England.
He never did.
That's fucked up.
He was there for he was there for like 11. Was it 11 years?
Yeah, and he was there the early before they won their last.
Yeah, that must have been like 05 to.
Yeah.
So he was drafted the year after they won.
Oh man.
And then traded away the year after the year that they ended up winning. So.
Oh wow! So you got smoked.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Exactly.
I'm sure the money helps, but yeah.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like,
but he can't say he's a Super Bowl winner like you can. That hurts.
Yeah, but like that's our previous point. Like, there are so many talented dudes and so many qualified guys that, like, Logan's a perfect example. And then like you got the P Squad guy who's in the league for a year and a half. He gets
Who's this P Squad guy?
Yeah.
Keep talking
shout out his name.
I know there's a certain guy you keep thinking about.
It's a generic. It's a generic.
Yeah.
But like,
It's more of an example.
Example, exactly. Yeah.
The janitor
awesome.
getting that ring, that hurts.
That's
a
what
guy
I'm
like
saying.
Logan.
And you have Logan, exactly.
Yeah. So was he one of your locker room guys, like talking about the college days, like going into the NFL? Was he one of the main people in the locker room that kind of fed the fuel to the team?
Are you talking about? Sorry, who are you talking about?
Mankins.
Yeah. I mean, I think from like a culture standpoint, those are the guys that like have that dog mindset. I don't think he was able to bring in, he was a different personality, right? So like, I don't think he was bringing enough guys with him. Like he was kind of a lead by example, and he held himself to a higher standard, and it makes the right guys want to hold themselves to the high standard, but it wasn't able to, the team just wasn't there culturally. Like he wasn't able to bring enough guys in, if that makes sense.
So we've all been to Tampa. We've seen the sounds, and probably not from your point of view, but you're a New York guy growing up. What was that kind of experiencing changing lifestyles to get down there, because it's a nice spot, it's a nice climate, there's beaches everywhere. I'm sure there's bars around. Any fun over there?
Yeah, no, I love it. So I actually I'm in St. Pete. I just had to let my dog in.
Yeah, you're good.
Nice dog.
We're dog friendly on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was supposed to be in St. Pete right now, actually. Little fun fact, yeah. I skipped it for this interview. I'm kidding.
No, I was gonna say,
I had some other things I had to do, but.
Well, if you're in St. Pete, let me know. I'm in New York right now, but yeah, St. Pete's awesome. I love it down there. That will be my home base for the future. It's awesome. The community there, there's so much to say about it. So you guys, everyone should go.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice
What's your city rating?
What's up?
What do you give it for a city rating? Like St. Pete, 10 out of 10, or is it that good?
Okay.
I've
Well,
been told it's like
don't-
San Diego of the East Coast. Is that
I don't
want
want to hype it up. Yeah, I don't want to hype it up because I don't want more people moving there.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
give it
Joe
like a
Rogan
4.
effect.
Scare me away right now.
Yeah, actually, don't go. I think you guys go.
All right.
Yeah, the place stinks.
Yeah, golf's bad. The beaches is rocky.
It sucks. Go somewhere else.
the food-
Seaweed. Yeah, the
the food's
sunsets aren't
terrible.
even that
Yeah.
beautiful.
Girls are
rats.
terrible.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring up, so your first payday, your 5-year, $55 million contract, inking that, have a couple nice years in the NFL. What was that feeling like of, you went through that process of, am I an NFL player? You got drafted in the second round. Then you got to a point in your career where you're like, oh, I'm worthy of this much money in a contract, like on my contract. So, what was that experience like and feeling when you inked that up?
Yeah. I wish like I could express the amount of pressure that those young guys are under in those contract negotiations. I mean, I think you could probably imagine. And there are insurance policies that can like alleviate some of those concerns, right? Some of their like loss of values and total disability policies that I'm sure like Lamar Jackson's taking out right now. So even if he doesn't, but the rookie contract you're so underpaid, and it's annoying because you're worth a certain amount, and like it's just you're worth it. It's not even on paper. It's just like that's your value. That's what the market is, and you can't even touch it for 4 years. So it's really like it's the knowledge that you're worth X amount, but not actually having that is really stressful. And then trying to stay healthy to get to that point there's a lot of pressure there, as you guys could probably imagine. Right. So definitely a lot of pressure. And then what the relief that you get when you're able to sign that deal, it's like, and then you can just go cut it loose and play is the best for me. Like after that, it's like, all right, now I'm playing my confident best football.
Yeah, I see all these guys holding out, and fantasy team owners or guys of just fans of teams, giving them shit about not signing the deal. And for your like what you're saying, those rookie contracts, especially if you're a 5th or 6th rounder who performs with a guy who should be making tens of millions of dollars, I could definitely see of why people hold out, where the risk reward of staying off injuries or even just playing the game of football is.
I was about to say, like football more than any other sport too is just like gotta stay healthy.
What's the average like length of a player, especially an offensive lineman?
It's gotta be like 3 years.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say it's right before the cusp of like when you would make that deal. So I mean, that pressure is probably immaculate.
Yeah, there's a reason that's the case, right? Because you gotta start picking guys. So it is still over 3 years, but no. To your point, I think it's definitely tough, and when those when guys decide to sit out and for those contract negotiations, it is such a short window, and like the guys that sit out, like they love playing. Most of them love playing football, right? They want to be there with their teammates. They hate it, but like on the other side of it, like you need to get what you're worth. Like, and because you only have some of the guys only have one opportunity, hopefully you get a couple, but like, it's definitely a difficult process. And like, hopefully you have good people in your ear that are giving you good information. But, I always, when a guy's sitting out or something like that, I am trying to give himself leverage for next contract. I respect it.
Yeah. And, I'm just getting to the point of, so 2020 comes around with the Tampa Bay Bucks, and Tom Brady is looking for a new home, ends up going to Tampa. Gronk unretires, comes to. How did the culture in the locker room change, and what was that experience like of that season? Because I know it was the COVID year, you didn't have all those fans in the stands, and just tell me about the run in regular season and ups and downs.
Yeah, so I really think my Bucks career could be like distilled into like two different segments. Yeah. It's like pre-Tom, post-Tom. Yeah. Just like what.
Same with the Patriots.
We have the same timeline.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, there you go. Exactly.
They're feeling it right now. Trust me. I'm a Tampa guy for the record. I want that on record. I'm a Bucks fan first. On the record.
I appreciate that. I would say that, and it's not just from a culture standpoint, but like the community, right? How many views do you get now? How much support do the Bucks have? Because like the Bucks prior to that small market team, it's very casual down there. They'd had a lot of struggling years. And there wasn't the same support, and all of a sudden Tom comes in. It's like everybody's all in.
Yeah, this glowing, immaculate fucking.
We got a shot. We got a shot at this now.
Yeah, you get guys like this guy joining your squad.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
I'm down to be the janitor now.
Yeah, exactly. Come on over. No, so it was really cool to have that piece of it, and then obviously from like a football knowledge standpoint and like a leadership standpoint, the dude's. As advertised, everything you would hope he would be, he is.
Are you shocked he's like still going right now, or what do you think about this whole scenario he's going through?
Yeah, I think there's nothing that Tom can do that would surprise me. The dude, right? Yeah. If he's like, I'm going to be an astronaut now. Okay.
I could actually see that. I could actually see that.
Now he's on Mars or some shit.
Him and Elon.
Exactly.
When's the launch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So there's nothing. So if he wants to keep playing, great. Like if he wants to do something else, he's going to crush it. So no, nothing Tom does can possibly surprise me.
Are you still very tight with the team? Like.
I mean, yeah, there's some guys that I'm obviously still close with. It's hard. It's hard being on the outside. Like it's just not the same relationship. So watching those guys is definitely a different perspective. But what I still feel, because I have the perspective as a player, is definitely the injuries. Like, because I know that it's not like a lot of people will see like the ticker, this guy's out or this guy's limited practice, but I know what that means. I know like what that feels like actually physically. So like it hits me a little bit different when I see that stuff. So I like checking in on guys. But yeah, it's definitely weird being on the outside. But yeah, I love my teammates there, and I want them to succeed and be the best players they can be.
And you say you felt for that. Did you go through injury during your season career at all?
Yeah, so I had a couple surgeries. I definitely missed some time. So yeah, I've had 2 ankle surgeries, hip surgery, elbow surgery. I mean, definitely these are injuries that take like, I mean, I would grind it out through the season, figure out a way to get it done for the most part. And then as soon as the season is over, clean it up and take the entire off season and get ready for training camp.
What's like the best kind of recovery stuff you do? Like, what's the secret that can help make those injuries go away a little quicker? I'm sure there's something they're letting you guys do, like the cryo baths or something. I don't know. What's the best?
Yeah, there's so many modalities, and the truth is, there's no like secret modalities. I think most people are aware of the modalities. I'd say we had a strength coach that said like if you dip your finger in chocolate and it makes you feel better, it works. So
Right,
like
okay.
whatever you
it
feel
takes.
like
A cigarette,
Yeah, exactly.
10 a pack of smokes might get you back on the field. Do it.
Yeah, Marlboro's and a
I don't know
cold
about
one.
that.
Fair. I know. We all have different strategies.
Exactly.
So a little bit about the Super Bowl run. So you beat Washington at home, and then you guys didn't really have good success against the Saints that season. You had to go on the road against Drew Brees, on the road against Aaron Rodgers, and then you guys were pretty much counted out in that Super Bowl game, even though you were hosting against Pat Mahomes and the reigning Super Bowl champions. So just kind of give me a lowdown about what you guys went through, and you got your Super Bowl ring out of it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a special run. I think looking back on it, it sort of made, like, it feels like a little bit storybook, like it makes sense. But at the time, it really was like, all right, Saints, wherever, Washington, Green Bay, whoever it was just like, let's just play this freaking game, and then we'll figure it out after that.
1-0 today.
Yeah, 1-0, exactly. Yeah. And no, I mean, it was definitely weird not having, like, playing it at Lambeau, and it was COVID, so they were like, I don't know, half capacity or something like that.
Yeah.
It was definitely weird, but it still felt, the win felt just, I would imagine, I don't know, but I've only won one NFC Championship game, but it did feel, I mean, just unbelievable. Talk about like validation of all the hard work that goes into it, and especially as a long time sort of suffering Bucs player, to finally get that validation was like, talk about those injuries, right? So like all that work that goes into it, the day in, day out, it's like, this is what it's about. Thank goodness for this like validation of work.
That's the pinnacle.
Yeah, it's gotta be amazing.
That's the pinnacle. I mean,
Now you hear all the stories going into Super Bowl week. Just Tom texting all the guys, being like, "We're gonna win this game." Is there anything that you remember, you recall that you can share with us of being like he was just emphasizing that we're gonna win this game, and you guys kicked the crap out of him?
Yeah, so I wish I could have recorded Tom's pregame speech for the Super Bowl. Like, I wish I just had that. I just have the sensation of how it made me feel.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that really stuck
Perfect.
with me. Like, what he said, like, I would be totally distorted at this point. But man, was he able to say exactly what needed to be said for me? I don't know about other people, but prior to the Super Bowl. And the thing is, like, Tom it wasn't like every day he's like has his speech. Like he was would take his shots of when felt like he needed to say something. And that was a moment he needed to say something right before the Super Bowl. And I'm pretty sure it got everybody in the right frame of mind.
Oh yeah, you guys crushed it. Playoff Lenny, the team, that was unreal.
I just remember when you guys won the NFC Championship. People were like crying because they'd never been there before, and Tom's just yelling at them, be like, "You don't cry at this, you cry at the next one when we win." I'm like, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I think I'd be happy with the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
No, I was probably in that boat. I think I don't know if I was. I was definitely teary eyed.
Yeah.
Winning the NFC Championship. I'm glad that Tom didn't see me, because he probably would have said the same thing.
Men cry. Men cry when we're happy.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen Tom cry. I've seen Tom cry.
Tom's cried.
Yeah, it's okay to cry. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying I'm glad Tom didn't see it because he would have motherfucked me. We're doing the next one. No, but yeah, the Tom's mindset and perspective for the game of football and what success looks like is just unparalleled. The dude's I got nothing to add to it other than like the level of commitment and the standard he holds himself to is just next level.
Well, good word said. What are you going to take from what he's said, that mentality that you have now, and like do next for yourself?
Yeah.
What's up next for you?
Yeah, so right now I'm getting a master's in mental health counseling, and I want to work with. I think I'd like to work with definitely former players.
That's really cool.
And
That's
athletes,
awesome.
most likely. But yeah, I think what I've learned, I guess, from Tom, or what I've learned from playing in general, is that there's a skill set that I've learned as an athlete, right? Like there's a discipline, routine, holding myself to a high standard. And I'm just going to transfer that to the next thing. Like, I want to be the best clinician that I could possibly be, right? And right now it's just a student, so I want to be the best student I can be. And holding myself to those incredibly high standards, and then seeing how that sort of nets out.
It's impressive.
And
That's awesome.
Did you get your
That's
bachelor's at Hobart's originally?
Yeah, so I got my bachelor's in economics at Hobart. Thought I wanted to go into finance. Now feel a little bit more inclined, because of perspective from football, to be of service a little bit more. And I'm not saying you can't do that in finance, but for me, it felt like mental health was something that was a big part of my journey as a player. And so prioritizing that with other guys and helping guys in a more clinical role would be kind of my dream.
That's
That's
really
awesome.
cool
Yeah, that's
considering the
amazing.
perspective
Yeah.
you have.
That's
It's
amazing.
gonna help. You're gonna help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I don't think many of us even think about like that is a factor.
Even
Like
like your
we
attitude.
definitely don't think about that when we're watching it on the TV. Like, what are these guys actually going through?
And I love how you have
yeah.
that mindset too of being like, I
Screaming
want
at
to be the
something,
best
yeah.
clinician.
We're
out
worried
there.
about our bets.
Yeah. Well, so if I may, like, it's crazy. There's so much that goes into it. Like, the nutrition side, the strength and conditioning side, all that stuff that goes, there's more like in the forefront of performance. But it's like, dude, if you've got something going on and let's say you have a cousin or someone that's going through something that's hounding you, and like, you don't know how to manage that, like, you're right. All most people see is,
He played
the
like
fumble
shit on
or the-
Sunday.
Yeah,
That's where
man,
like
dropped the
he
ball
sucked
or
on
something,
Sunday.
yeah.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, dude's and like, right. I mean, not rightfully so, but like, guys are like, you can, of course, you can make that play. What are you doing? And there's so many levels to what guys are going through that most people don't have the
We
perspective.
need to be
of.
better as fans.
No. Actually, you know what? I want to hold you guys to higher standards.
I'm gonna be like, hey, he can drop that ball.
Well,
He's having an off
He can
day.
fumble
It's
today.
okay.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll need to stay calm this year.
Check us in an hour and a half when the
Yeah,
Steelers
we'll see
are
about
bending over the
Yeah,
Pats.
I might break the TV in an hour the way the Pats looked week 1.
Ellie, my last question: who is the best defensive player you've ever faced? Where when you're going up against a guy, you're like, this is gonna be tough.
yeah, it's not a very interesting answer, but Aaron Donald is just like, it's Aaron Donald. It's Aaron Donald, and then it's like everybody else. I mean, maybe it's Aaron Donald, Chris Jones, and then everybody else.
Chris Jones,
As far as I'm concerned, as far as the interior rushers, the dude is just
Oh yeah,
Freak.
like I've been scared seeing him run at you. Like I can't imagine what that's like.
and that was cool. My last game was actually against. We'd played a bunch, like my rookie year, we do like Thursday night game. I played him like what seemed like once a year, honestly. And
It was
the
almost a
last
hell of
game-
a comeback. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the dude is able to do so many things, and like my game was trying to take away someone's strength, and there's no taking away anything from
His
him.
strength.
Yeah,
His
this is
strength.
not going to work today.
When I saw,
He's just good at everything.
when I saw him
Yeah.
in training camp with the two Bengals helmets in his hands, I am wanting to head for the hills myself. And
Yeah,
I'm in
exactly.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, someone tried to fight Aaron Donald, an idiot. That's a scary.
Actually, you know what's funny? I just saw an interview with Gronk. I think he was doing like an MMA, UFC like interview. He said like, "Oh, could you take this person in UFC? Could you take this person in UFC?" The only person he said he wouldn't be able to take, they were like Aaron Donald, the quickest no of all time. He was like, "Oh no," and then just like everyone else, like yeah, everyone else. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'd beat their ass."
That would be
Yeah, it
fun
would be-
watching Gronk do MMA. That would be pretty
Oh
cool.
god, it'd be so funny. He'd probably be drunk.
Speaking of drunk, can we get into the Super Bowl parade?
Sure, yeah.
Like, what was that like? We all saw
Right.
Tom. Was Tom hammered or not? And were you hammered? What was your
Yes,
day
so-
like? More important.
So I have a different experience of it. I have a
All
more
right.
vivid experience of it. Because and Todd will tell you, I was never a big drinker actually. So like for most of the parade, I have a very good memory. Very
That's probably
clear
for the
head.
best.
yeah, that's.
I'd rather remember it than be like, "What the hell happened yesterday?"
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was unbelievable. It was kind of, again, it was COVID. So it's like, we're throwing together this, like Tom was heading out of town. So it's like, we got to do this when Tom's still here. Like,
Get the duck boats.
yeah, exactly. And we got all our boats, and it was kind of thrown together last minute, but like didn't show. Like it was just an awesome experience. I was on a not a private boat, but like a boat that was set up from the Bucs with all the other offensive linemen, and it was unbelievable. I was on Instagram Live. I was trying to commandeer a jet ski, but nobody pulled up.
Are you kidding me?
Ah, that's crazy. Come
If
on.
I was in St. Pete, I would have found that. I would have been at that parade on a jet ski and be like, Ali, get on.
You think they had any tiki boats out there? They have any tiki boats?
We're big tiki boat guys.
Yeah, are you? I think there's
Shout out Captain.
It's an oddly specific thing to be a guy of. I think
we caught a game in Miami last year against the Pats, and we went on the tiki boat.
You got to do a tiki boat sometime in Florida. I don't know if they must have them in St. Pete. Maybe not though. If you're in Miami Beach,
I feel like they're everywhere.
hit up Captain
If
Vic.
not, let's start a tiki boat company in St. Pete.
We discussed that. We did discuss
It's what the
that.
city needs.
I'll franchise on that.
yeah, that's awesome.
Ali, I really appreciate you coming on. You guys have anything else? You guys good?
Was he hammered? You don't have to say. Leave it to mystery.
Because that
I
picture of him being guided away, like, I don't know if that
We
was
can't
a
tell if we
ploy.
were being trolled. We're just curious.
Hold on, let me give a little bit more perspective. There.
Okay.
So that the picture where
Yeah.
it's Griff,
Yeah,
or
just- yeah,
we're
he's
back
got him.
quarterbacks
He's
grabbing him. Yeah. There was we had absolutely no security. So like there was like it was just because the parade was kind of last minute. So like everybody's like, brother, cousin that was like at, or like that was a family member of the staff was just hounding him.
Yeah.
And like
we
Griff
still
was
are.
Yeah, so Griff was trying to play security more than actually hold Tom up,
Okay.
Did you see
He
the?
wasn't drunk, folks. That's what that means.
He did have a
I'm
a shit grin on him.
I'm plead the fifth on that.
He's
Okay.
pleading the fifth. Did you see the trophy throw in person? Did everyone see it, or was it not?
I missed that. That would have sketched me out. My heart would have freaking sunk.
Yeah,
if I
imagine
saw
if that went terribly wrong and the trophy's at the bottom.
Would you have
No,
dived in after it?
There would have been a scuba diver in there in 5 seconds.
Yeah, 1,000%. I don't think I would have found it, but I would have
Hey.
tried.
That's it, man. That's all you could do.
Finders keepers, that's mine.
Yeah, right.
Congratulations being able to say you held the Lombardi and have your
Absolutely.
ring, man.
Yeah,
Congrats.
absolutely.
And you deserve it. You
Super
definitely
Bowl
have the right
champion.
mindset. So
Congratulations on everything, Ali. Really appreciate you coming on the show, and good luck to everything going forward. All that mental health stuff sounds
Yeah,
unbelievable.
best of luck with
Yeah.
all that.
I appreciate you guys. It's fun. I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to listen to this episode.
See you in St. Pete's.
Go Bucks!
Yep.
Go Bucks!
Go
Bucks, go Bucks.
Yeah, all the Bucks.
Go
Yeah.
beat the Saints today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By 3.
Thanks, Allie.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
2022 is here. Do you have your resolution? Here's an idea. Make your way down to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance located in Braintree, Mass. Owned and operated by Coach Craig Kelly, you can be assured you are getting the best training around. Whether looking to improve your health or gain a slight edge on your competition, this is the gym for you. Group fitness classes as well as personalized one-on-one training are both available. Make sure to visit slightedgefit.com as well as follow them on Instagram at slightedgefitness and set up a consultation today. It's time to get fit, so let it rip.
And that was former Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive lineman Ali Marpet. Now, here just the Tom Brady talks about him, just saying, bringing in, changing the culture, to him talking about his career post football of getting into mental health. That's what I took away from that interview. I thought it was unbelievable. One of our better interviews yet, and just a great get. What do you think, Steve?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, unbelievable career, and it's incredible what he's doing after. Gotta love that. Hopefully, he can achieve great things in that field. Help a lot of people out.
Just going from the Division III to I can take these guys in the Senior Bowl to the NFL Combine. He just has such a great story, and I think it really inspires a lot of guys on that level. I mean, yeah, he's huge. I think that's probably what helped him in. He's got some drive, but even the whole Joe Thomas thing, he cut like 70 pounds, just looked completely different after he retired.
No, the photos of like pre us, like like being on with him. Like, wow, Jesus.
Got to take.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's just got a good head on his shoulders. Bright kid, smart kid. I liked how he like kind of had that imposter syndrome we talked about with him. How he like didn't feel like it was real as he was going through it, but it was all like validated when he started playing and like realized he had the skill up to the level of all like the talent that's up there with the pros.
He's a big Tampa guy, and I think most of us are. I mean, if Magic was here right now, I think
he fell in love Magic.
I think he's in Club Alex's right now, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
He didn't make the pod tonight. He's at a strip club.
Udoka got him going.
Yeah, we talked about it. The fact that Magic's not here for the Udoka news is absolutely heartbreaking.
We would have let off right with that, but I think we'll just get right into football and we'll
we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
I don't know. It's kind of juicy. I got it on the tip of my tongue right now.
All right. You want it?
No, it's crazy to me that I found out that Udoka's married to
Neil Long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had no idea. Like the Martin superstar, like what other movie was she in?
Just like Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
All those good,
just
good
an
ones.
absolute classic urban movie, cult. Like she's a beauty.
By all means, living the dream.
But I saw the girl he was cheating on with. She's not a bad looker either.
Oh no,
she's easy on the eyes.
It happens.
Now you know what? Football's going to be on the back burner this week. Ime Udoka. We're just going to talk about it right away.
Deserving of the year? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
No.
Outrageous.
Absolutely ludicrous.
The Celtics organization has mishandled this awfully. First off, they're not saying anything, which is even worse. So
yes, silent as of now.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe we don't know the exact situation which is going on, which is pretty much what sums it up right now. But if you were to tell me that they're just going to say, oh, he did something with some girl, there's only one girl on the Celtics whole staff. So everyone's immediately pointing at her. Forget her name. Don't know her name. But Ime Udoka, a year by the team. Come on. You look at, if you want to make these comparisons to, you look at Deshaun Watson. He violated over 20 girls with no consent. And he was only getting 11 games, which is, 60%, 70% of the season in the NFL?
And that's one of dozens of examples you could just put in there of, someone doing something way worse that,
domestic violence cases,
exactly,
cheating scandals.
And when I say this, I'm not, cheating on his...
he bugged. He did something wrong.
Definitely bugged.
There's no doubt he did. It's wrong.
Unless you don't think that misogyny is okay, but that's a different topic.
Yeah, not this podcast.
but should he pay the price a year? I just don't know where the nerve on the Boston Celtics. I just don't get that at all.
No, the full season's ridiculous, and I think like you said, just mishandled by the Celtics. It's mishandled by everything. Woj's initial tweet was literally just Udoka did something, and it's going to be gone for the year.
Shams went in
that was it. Yeah.
But even today, I was talking to people, and they were comparing to if you were on, you work at 9 to 5, and that happens where they have a policy like that, you could get fired. I'm like, well, this is the NBA. This is someone getting paid millions of dollars to do a job. This is a lot more than just someone working a 9 to 5. You can make that comparison all you want, but I just think it's very wrong, and I don't think you should get a year. I don't even think he should get half a year. I think he should get probably 10, 20 games. I think that should be top.
He's got to appeal that, correct?
When your own team does it, it's tough to appeal, man.
Yeah, because it's like the Celtics.
It's an in-house. He's in the straight up doghouse.
Because the Celtics
ways.
They've known about this for days. It came out. The Celtics have been aware of this happening for a couple of days.
So who leaked it though? Because I wonder if the Celtics knew about it the entire time. You kind of got to know when people.
Well, shame on the people who leaked it, because
shame on them.
All these reporters. It doesn't even know if they hear it through the grapevine or off the record. They wouldn't say anything about it that would make, the Woj news or the Shams of the world. Someone would tell them, just be like, no, this is on record. Straight up come out with it. So shame on them for coming out. It's definitely not Wick Grosbeck, who's, the main source here of who announced it or whatever. But I just think it's a damn shame. And it's funny. We went from a guy who looks like a virgin to a guy who probably just takes on 15 girls.
Going nuts.
Oh, that guy's a stud. Yeah. He bagged. That's what I mean. Bagged it. What's that girl's name again?
Nia Long. Nia Long.
Oh,
even during the season last year, watching games with chicks sometimes, and people were just complimenting about how handsome Ime Udoka looks, and I'm just all right, well, not Brad Stevens anymore.
And he was so set. That motherfucker. He was that next decade as the Celtics coach.
The Celtics are always focused on the bench. You know how they work.
I just because he won't be back for the playoff. Like he's done for this year. Like even like no matter what, they're not just gonna have him back in the playoffs. I've been hearing rambles of Frank Vogel coming in and being an assistant coach because he's been a head coach in this league. He won with the Lakers there, and
well, I saw that like he came out and like his team or whatever came out and said like, oh, he's not resigning. So like he's saying like, if you don't want me to come back, like fire me.
Yeah, fire.
Do it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he wants the unemployment check.
Yeah,
Come on,
so gotta see what happens.
What do you think Nazz doing right now?
dude, that's tough. I mean, when you're in the public eye like that, like you kind of got to be supportive of your husband, so, especially when he's like going through the situation as far as getting like canceled. So there's a lot of Boston drama with wives nowadays. Tom Brady going on vacation without Giselle and the kids. I mean,
what do you think of the speculative like ones that were just their names were thrown in there that had no fucking idea what was happening?
What do you mean?
Like just like any of the because like I know it came out eventually that there was just like one woman there. But they had like several women of like other people and like wives and stuff. Like I saw crazy things on Twitter.
Now that you mention it, I heard that same thing that he was also like fooling around with someone's wife. So
yeah, like there were wild stories on Twitter, and like that wife like maybe just like knows Udoka by like
it's the
hi. Yeah, like,
who knows? At the end of the day, it's lifestyle, man. It's how you handle it, and clearly he didn't handle it as well as someone else would. But me stepping in those shoes, and either one of you guys, I mean, that's a tough.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah,
same thing with Tiger Woods. Like, you know what I mean? You're in that position. Why not?
They made a mistake, but it's not like it's obviously they're. Is he even married any long?
Yeah, I believe he is.
All right, so yeah, he's breaking that, which I mean, she should be the maddest out of anyone in her family. But if we're talking about, consensual sex or something like that, like he's not doing what Deshaun Watson's has been accused of. He's not doing what all these guys have done who aren't playing anymore type of thing. And he's getting suspended for a full season. Imagine if this happened in the NFL. This would be like an LOL.
Wouldn't make the news.
It would be like a funny thing.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get suspended. It would be a funny thing.
And I don't think it would hit Schefter either.
Nah.
It would be like they would be like ranks below him. Like Woj. Woj is above
It'd
this.
be like Gary from Snapchat.
Yeah.
Even if you look at organizations, like obviously Boston Celtics, top-notch organization, a lot of class. If this happened to like the Los Angeles Lakers, this happened even to the Golden State Warriors, like, are you seeing the suspension? At least for the Lakers, I don't think so at all. Because at this point, they're playing, and in that circumstance, they're playing for LeBron's last legs. They're trying to win a championship around there. Like, if Ime Udoka does this while he's a Lakers coach, no way he gets suspended.
And that too, like I think they would just like blow it off as like LA man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not what happens.
They're all doing
Boston
it. Yeah.
stays in Boston. I've never heard that in my life. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I think Magic would have helped with some color here, but you know what? He's at Club Alex's. Go join him and Rachel Starr.
Show goes on. Celtics.
Show
in
goes
6.
on. Speaking of the show goes on, after a tough Week 1 loss to the Miami Dolphins, the Patriots bounced back in a pretty boring snooze fest. 17-14 W over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, right out of the gate here, man, they didn't turn the ball over as much as they did the week before. That's really what it came down to. I believe there were a +1 or a +2 in the turnover margin. The Pittsburgh Steelers offense is absolutely trash with Mr. Trubisky, a tough offensive line. They have some good weapons, receiving core, but if you don't have someone who can get you there, it's tough. Gunnar Olszewski helped us out with a muffin of the punt, which helped us in the turnover battle. But yeah, this game came down to literally the turnover battle, and actually, the Patriots played pretty good damn defense, and I thought
they did.
That was a big highlight in the game. I think Jalen Mills, as much as I gave him shit last year, he's come out, he's solidified himself as the number 1 cornerback. Matthew Judon even covering on that was that third down play.
Yep.
Covered the running back there to prevent a first down. I've been very pleased with this defense so far. That has not been the problem. It's been the offense. What did you think about the game?
It's pretty much the same. Like the defense looked great. Did a good job of stopping Harris on the run. Let him get a few passes, a few receptions in there. But overall, great. And I mean, with Mitch Trubisky, I mean, you just got to get pressure because that guy's just going to blow it.
Yeah.
So that's why that's huge. Offense, like you said, with the turnover battle, there was a big drop pick on like one of Mac Jones' like worst passes of his career. Yeah. He got real lucky on that one. So
I think he got bailed out in this game. I think he played another mediocre to bad game.
100%.
Should have had 2 picks. When Mitchell Trubisky threw that pick, that's the type of play right there
where it's like, okay, this is where we don't play a close game with our opponent. We put him to bed, and that drive should have been a put him to bed type of drive, and he threw a pick like 2 plays later or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was
so
2.
that wasn't good.
Maybe 3.
Obviously, that almost pick was brutal. Big props. I didn't think he had it in him. Nelson Aguilar played unbelievable.
Hell of a touchdown catch. That was incredible.
Yeah, 115 yards on the in the receiving. Yeah, that was a big play too. That was kind of lucky, but he made a big play when 50-50 balls haven't really been our thing, especially with Devontae Parker there 0 for 2 with 2 interceptions in 2 games there.
I was happy for him too though, because like when he caught it, like he was like just over the goal line when he did like the jump and flip thing, and it would have been so Nelson Aguilar to do that like at the 1. Yeah. Like I was like, you bastard.
They kept reviewing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just run all the way in and do that. I don't get that. Like, it's not even a good celebration either.
No,
it's like, what do you do?
But hey, I mean, for that guy, that's about the best play he's had in a while.
Yeah, we got to see their ground game a little bit more because they weren't really trailing all game. Harris and Stevenson,
no Watt.
Yeah,
you have to avoid
no
that.
Watt. Yeah, they showed why they were one of the best run back tandems in the league. Even who made a big play in a big spot there? Little Jordan Humphrey.
Yep.
Coming off the practice squad makes a play. I think a slant over the middle. I'll give them credit when I talked about putting the bed drive when he threw the pick. The last drive there where they literally put them to bed, put the game out of reach. They did it. They got first downs running the ball. Mac Jones made a couple plays. And I'll be interested this week because they're playing a whole lot different team with a pretty damn good quarterback.
Yeah, I'd say it's just about the offense. A lot of it is just like getting better consistency because it's like drive to drive almost where they're like moving the ball great, everything's looking good, and then like the next 2 they're just terrible.
Yeah, it's
like just like unwatchably bad, and it's like
at one point we were watching that game at our buddy's house, and I'm just like, this is like two teams that have 2 very mediocre offenses. And that's immediately pretty trash. I
like that was a textbook like stare at your phone for fantasy if that like was not a team you're rooting for like game.
Needed some red zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Other sounds around the NFL in week 2. The Jets there, huh? Joe Flacco. They were down 2 touchdowns with about 1:57 left. They turned the tide, win by 1 point over the Brownies. That was good to see.
I mean, it's Cleveland. Pump the brakes out
I
there,
know
Jets
I was
fan.
flying last weekend, but I kind of called the Jets were going to win. No one remembers.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. I think you called Geno Smith was going to win. I don't know about the Jets.
I think I was more rooting the Jets than Geno.
Yeah.
What else? We had Dan Campbell and the boys pick up their first win of the season over the Commanders. Lions played well. Tom Brady found his stride in the fourth quarter as Jameis Winston threw 3 fourth quarter interceptions, 3 for the Bucs to win 20-10.
And that was fourth quarter, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the fourth. Unreal. Fuck that guy.
But
deserving.
My biggest takeaway from last weekend was the Dolphins, man. They backs against the wall. I think they were down 21 points going in the fourth quarter against a very good Ravens team who the Patriots are going to see this weekend. And Tua Tagovailoa proved haters wrong. 6 touchdown passes, a couple bombs to Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle made a big catch at the end of the game. As much as we want to give shit to Tua there, seems like the team is for real. Seems like their offense is a juggernaut. Their defense, let up 38 points. But you know what? At the end of the day, a win's a win, and 2-0 is 2-0.
Yeah, well, that game was exactly why they like that was it for getting Tyreek for them because that was the textbook game plan they wanted. Like Jalen Waddle went off the whole game. So then in the fourth quarter, because of what Jalen Waddle was doing, the Ravens went to man coverage. And then Tyreek Hill just went off in the fourth quarter because, now you have Tyreek Hill man coverage, and that guy just doesn't stand a prayer.
Yeah, and then they have Gesicki. They just have they're the running back tandem too, even with Chase Edmonds and Raheem the Dream Mostert. Great tandem there.
With it all, though, Ravens, you let up 28 fourth quarter points.
Yeah, that's
be better.
Be better than that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Their defense.
I know that's tough against that offense.
They just picked up JPP today, so
they did.
Their defense
that
has been hurt, and I don't think he's playing this weekend.
I doubt he does, but I don't know that.
Another takeaways, Monday Night Football was pretty special despite losing some money. The Bills blew out. The Titans looked like the best team in the league. I don't think anyone's too surprised by that. Josh Allen's looking like a top contender. And then one that came not out of left field, but, everyone's been talking about, who's the best Bama quarterback, Mac Jones. Tua Tagovailoa or Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts looked great on Monday night there against the Vikings, who Vikings handily beat the Packers the week before. 24-7 win. The Eagles look like a team who's for real, who can take the NFC East this year.
They do. The Eagles look very legit.
Yep.
And they're fun to watch, which has been rare for the Eagles. I mean, outside of like that one Carson Wentz year, like the only other year the Eagles have really been watchable goes back to like the McNabb days.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they've sucked
Brutal.
for every other part of that.
Yeah, Nick Foles. Yeah. But moving on to week 3, Patriots have a big tilt at the home opener. I will be there. I don't remember the last time I went to a game and they lost, knocked on wood. So, yeah, big challenge against the Ravens, coming off the loss that I just talked about with the Dolphins here. This is a big game for the Patriots to, make some noise at home with the fans in the stands.
Are the fans going to be in the building?
The fans will be in the building. The Patriots have had good success against Lamar Jackson. Whatever their defensive setup has been, they've kind of tamed him throughout the years. Even the Cam Newton year, they caught a W against them.
Correct.
Ravens coming to town. This is a big statement game, I think. You drop one to Miami. You beat a team in Pittsburgh who you're supposed to beat. Now you get a game where, you're not even favored at home. And next week you're going on the road to big bad Lambeau. So that'll be a tough game itself. So I feel like you have to, there's a couple games this season where you're going to have to defy the odds. And I think this is another one of these games. And you know what? Mac Jones is going to have to play better than he did the first 2 weeks.
Much better. And I think one of the biggest factors in this game too is it's the Ravens and their response to that crushing defeat. Like, are they going to come out flat after a week of that, or are they going to come out like, fuck that, I'm pissed, livid, let's go?
They let up 40-something points. I didn't even think.
Yeah, 28 fourth quarter points.
Who's on that defense still? Like, Humphrey there?
Clearly no one good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, but one thing is we can't do that.
No.
We can't get behind like that. We gotta hold them. I'd probably say 24 points at max.
Yeah, I think
if they score more than that.
That's honestly the best part about Patriots games now is like, they're gonna lose within the first 10 minutes, and if so, you can just turn on red zone.
Like I think the halftime of that game was like 28-7 or something. And like if that's what it's like on Sunday, change the channel.
Yeah, change the channel.
We're not doing it.
Personally, I just think Lamar Jackson is gonna show up because he showed up last week. Seemed like they were gonna kill the Dolphins and come back. I don't see the let up here because the Dolphins are the type of team that even if they get behind, they have enough offensive power on the sides there to come back. I think this could get away from the Patriots quickly. I'm going like 31-13. Ravens. I think it could be really tough.
I'm going to go 34-17 Ravens. And I think Lamar in that game, like obviously they lost, but individually he had like a only person to do it game. It was like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and then 100 yards rushing and like a touchdown or something. He's like the only guy that's ever done that ever.
That's the thing too. I want to pick the Patriots. Like I'm all in. But at the end of the day, like you gotta pick what the heart says,
Sadly, we're not good enough to pick 17 weeks in a row anymore. You know what I mean?
I picked the Steelers last week and the Pats won. So I'm just gonna ride with it and hope that I'm right either way.
What's the final? I love your final scores. Yeah. I love your final scores.
I'm going 24-10 Baltimore.
Love it. Well, don't love that, but
yeah. But hey,
it
worked last time.
Hey.
So
I just think when it comes down to it, man, they just have more weapons. They just seem like they're a more complete team on the comeback trail. 1-1 team. Who did they play week 1? They handled pretty well.
Who, the Ravens?
Yeah, I forget.
I'm not even sure, to be honest.
I forget. Either way, they handled them pretty well. 1-1 team that looks like they could go to 2-1. Who knows what happens in Gillette on Sunday? Going to be a big game, 1 o'clock. Moving on to our picks of the week. Anyone have a good one yet, or should we keep looking?
I just want to, while we're looking,
That's why it takes time, folks. We don't want to give you the bad ones.
I was at the Manchester DraftKings this weekend, and I just want to say
plug.
that who I was watching that was looking good were the Chargers. Chargers defense and offense, I think in like about 5 minutes scored 3 touchdowns.
They lost.
Chargers?
Yeah.
Who was I thinking of?
The Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, excuse me. Same colors. They always get me confused.
Same stadium. Stadium.
Literally. Come on.
Yeah.
You got to
It's
give me
nuts.
that one. You got to.
I'll give you whatever you
Better,
want. bro.
better than last week. Progress.
Yeah, yeah.
All day,
I'm
bro.
getting better. I got like dyslexia and like sports picking. You know who I'm picking this week? Fuck Tua. The Bills are legit taking it to him. Lock of the
5.5
week.
spread.
Lock of the
Lock it down.
week.
How locked down is this?
Fucking master lock it.
So I'm 0-2 on lock of the weeks. I need to clean it up a little bit.
I think Steele is too.
I'm undefeated on locks of the weeks, buddy.
Oh, you messed up the graphic then.
No, that's
No.
Thursday night football.
Oh, Thursday
night
Thursday
football.
night, I'm cursed. Every other thing, I'm not.
You
It-
just.
it- What was it? Craig?
Sadly, it's the only one with a fucking graphic.
I'm 1-1. I'm 1-1.
But Craig texted me late last Thursday with the Chiefs and Chargers, and he said Chiefs, and I put Chargers already because I'm like, he's not going to text me back for a while. So I gave you the Chargers. Chargers covered.
Yeah, I know.
So I gave you your win.
Okay.
You could have lost.
Okay. I want a
alright.
graphic where it says 2-0 on this week's lock of the weeks. I want it there.
Nah, I can't wait till you're like 3-11. Remember last year I flipped it.
Yeah.
Foley's killing it. Foley's on
Foley's
fire.
killing it.
He's on fire. Last year, he's doing his redemption.
He's
year
with
this
us
year.
tonight, the Steelers. Hopefully they take care of business. My lock of the week, since I lost the last two, I owe you guys. Saints on the road, divisional matchup. Famous Jameis is pissed off after throwing 3 picks in the fourth quarter against the Bucs. They're on the road against the shitty Carolina Panthers, Baker Mayfield. Saints favored by 2.5. I think they won by a touchdown on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going with Josh McDaniels getting his first win as a coach.
Ooh.
Going up against the Titans, fresh off of getting absolutely spanked. Might see a quarterback change early on in that game if Tannehill's still a
I
bum.
would love to see Malik Willis in game action.
And, I think the Titans, demoralized. I mean, Vrabel in his post game was absolutely defeated. Like he was just like
They
that,
got
just
smoked.
better than us. Yeah.
Spanked.
So I think Raiders are coming off a tough loss. I like them to rebound.
Favored by 2. What if the guy with the chicken leg shows up in Nissan Stadium? It's in Nashville.
Then my pick, then I lose. I'm 2-1. But also along with that, I'm 2-0 because I've picked the Bucks and they're a pick 'em versus the Packers, which means it's Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers and go Bucks.
Yeah, no, I'm rooting for the Bucks there, but that's a tough lock of the week.
Yeah, I can't go.
Yeah.
I can't go same team lock of the week 3 in a row.
Gun to my head, I'd go on Bucks. But
No, exactly.
There's
That's
no
what I'm
gun
saying.
to my head yet.
Yeah, what time's that game?
Yeah, so lock of the week's down. Give Steele the floor a little bit. Aaron Judge just hit 60th home run last night. Going for 61. Oh shit, got some Mai Tai in my burp there.
Oh, great show.
Great shout out to Great Chow, great people over there.
Sponsor.
Yep. I asked them to sponsor. I don't think they understood, but we'll
Progress.
Aaron Judge breaking 61 home runs. What do you think?
It's unbelievable. I not just the fact that he's doing it, but as a Yankee fan, you just see all of the old stuff and all of the Maris and the Babe Ruth stuff my entire life. And no Yankee has ever really touched that. I think A-Rod's 54 was the highest I've ever seen in my life.
So you saw those kids catch the 60th home run, and they just wanted a picture with him and to chill with him for a bit. Probably an autograph or something. If you catch number 62, Mike Steele's in the stands, Yankee Stadium, catches the ball. What are you doing with it?
I would ask for a percentage of his next contract yearly.
Like
Couple
0.1.
mil.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
yeah. I'm not asking for too much here. Just a yearly, little dabble.
I'm in.
I'd be
You know,
I
why
want to
not?
get paid for the next 100 years.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Give it to me in crypto, though.
Give it some intervals, do all right. But his year has just been absolutely insane. I think I saw it was the last month, last 28 days or something. He's hitting 410. The last month.
I didn't even notice too. The Sox is so irrelevant now that they're playing the Yankees this weekend. Had no idea.
Someone
Playing him right now.
Someone said they should build a statue for Cora if he intentionally walks Judge every at bat in this series.
Just sounds dumb.
That would be amazing.
Just sounds dumb.
Oh yeah, no, it's a loser mentality, but I
Yeah.
thought it was funny. Obviously that won't happen.
Albert Pujols check 698.
Yeah, he's right
14
there.
He had 21 games left to hit 3 home runs. That's 7 games per home run. And he's got 14 left with 2 left. So he's on track. Just needs 1 this 7 and 1 the next 7.
Yeah, so and it's at least now at this point, it's like he's getting the at-bats.
Getting the ABs. That's all that matters. Wow, AB. Oh, but by the way, AB is playing a rap concert in Worcester tomorrow on Friday. What do you think about that, Antonio Brown?
Should we go?
Shout out Shlomo. You heard the song? Put it on.
Put that shit on.
Put that shit on.
Why did you say shout out Shlomo?
I think he's like promoting for it or something. I've
Let's
seen
go.
some shit with it.
That's awesome. Shlomo's our guy.
So can we get backstage?
Put that
Hopefully.
shit on. So the last thing I wanted to say tonight, tourney week, softball, Saturday, 11 teams, square up, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Gonna be a big day.
Pretty big day.
Are you Chef Curry with the pot boy?
I might have some grilling get done.
You might.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
You'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do it.
Still be on the grill.
We're in trouble.
Yeah,
Nazz
don't
will be on
worry.
the commish.
Don't worry.
I won't be there to sing the national anthem. I'll be at a New Jersey wedding. You guys ever been to a New
Trust
Jersey
me, there will be
wedding?
food. Don't worry. Don't worry, people listen. Don't deter.
I promise people food.
Yeah, Nazz is scared.
Nah, I ain't scared. I ain't never scared.
Focus on you. I'll supply the people.
Anton's not showing up.
Shocking. Wonder if he'll be there on Saturday.
He just texted me. Yeah, it should be a grand day. Pageant Field.
It's gonna be a great
It's
day.
going to move over to Faxon around 3-4 o'clock. Faxon Park, Quincy, Massachusetts. Be there. Yeah, we're promoting for a big cause in memory of, I used to play baseball with Dennis Sullivan. His brother Dan also passed away from the horrible disease.
Great kids, great family.
So we're raising money for that. Raised about $6,000 last year. Probably going to raise around the same. But you know what? It's just about getting the people out there, seeing a lot of guys people from the community you haven't seen in a long time. And it should be a great day. A lot of beers mixed in.
Does Team Nazz defend?
I mean, there's no question.
No question, he
There's no
says.
question. I'm not even scared.
He's not scared.
even scared.
Hey, Rags, you listening?
Rags won't even make it.
We'll see you there, Rags.
7:30 sharp.
That trophy's coming to the pub with me Saturday night.
Love that.
Love that. Love that. Drinking out of it?
Yeah, I wasn't last year. I took a month off or something from drinking, so I didn't drink that night. I'm getting the most out of that trophy.
You
on
didn't
Saturday.
break that seal when you won the fucking Steele, you fucking idiot. You absolute
I
loser.
waited till we won in the Faxon League and we used the same trophy because they didn't provide a
That's
trophy.
not that dude. The trophy says our tournament on it. How'd you not do it at our tournament? That's crazy.
Well, we
Grow
got
up.
It. We got it.
That's what this year's for.
You know what my favorite trophy is?
The next one.
The next one. Let's go.
10 years later.
All right, boys.
Folks, want to thank you for tuning in, as well as Ali Marpet for coming on the pod.
Stud.
Alex Furtado, you're a good dude. But
Yo.
go F yourself. And big shout out to Hedge Better, Showtime Craig, Jay Fine, making this all possible. Love you, boys.
You all better be there Saturday. All of you.
Well, don't do that, Showtime. Shout out to Slight Edge Fitness Performance, who also has a team in the softball tournament. Best of luck. Don't donate it as well towards the cause. Same with the law office of Patrick J. Foley. Pat Foley, man, like we said, he's on absolute tear in the Thursday night football
Trail
games.
him. Trail him.
Trail him. Oh, look at Mitchell with the risky getting ready. We're recording on a Thursday, so Thursday night football about to be getting at you on Prime Video.
He didn't even throw that, and I think it got picked.
That's all from Steele and Nazz out there. Episode 94. We're getting there, boys.
Closing
We are
in.
getting there. Be safe out there. Stay tuned for 100 episode party later this year. One love.
Stay tuned.